Okay, we got another video sponsored by Attacking Battle Honey. Attacking my, scratching my throat. People ask me, where do you get this? Because it's Japan. I live in Japan. I'm from Hawaii. My home is in Hawaii. I will go back to Hawaii, but I currently live in Japan. So this is an import. This is walk down the street and grab it. And it's good stuff, by the way. Put that down. Custom Art 5A5 is a tribrid with planar. Dynamic driver, balanced armature, and 2 planars. I think the really small square ones. That's going to be definitely reviewed. That is really cool. But we are here for, I'm sorry, time out. Time. Why is there a Dunu Talos wrapped in plastic, brand new inbox on my desk? What is it doing there? That's not the video we're doing today. Because if you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, that's going to be the next video's giveaway item. Why is this guy giving away lots of stuff? What am I going to do with it all? I have so many boxes. I have so many earphones. I have so much stuff. I just had a baby. I didn't have a baby. She had a baby. I really didn't do a lot of work, to be honest with you. My part was easy. It's getting harder now. Losing sleep. I want to clean up my life. I want to get stuff that I don't need out. My Patreons are going to be back in the fold in about a month when I get back online with them. Thank you guys, by the way, for all your patience. But some of this stuff in the 200, 300 and below, I'm not sure a lot of them are really interested in that, but I'll chat with them. So get it out of here, and you get something for commenting. The engagement gets rewarded, or there's the potential there randomly for that to happen. Now, so the Let's Sure will be spun before I walk out of here. Turn this camera off is what that meant. This set is called the Heart Sound Zero. Let's admire the cojones it takes to keep calling different IMs the Zero. How many zeros can there be in a year? In 6 months, how many can we do? It's like trolling you. They're trolling you. And speaking to the managers and the owners and the sellers, I sometimes get the feeling they kind of are trolling people, and they're not sorry. It's like a joke. And all of this fandom where you get really attached to a brand and you tell other people that you don't like them because they don't like your brand or all this stuff. The companies really don't care. The sellers don't care. They laugh out loud. It's like sports fans and the people that run the sports teams don't even care because they're getting paid. They're getting money left and right. Go ahead, fanboy your way, and thank you for your money. It's kind of crazy. Back to this set. This is the original one was quite popular. It was a niche, but this is a niche hobby, but niche and niche. People wanted clarity. They didn't want too much bass. The original Heart Sound Mirror was quite popular for them. They released a Pro, which had more bass. That moved away from their core audience, so it did less sales than the original did. And now they have a set called the Zero. Let's take an interesting look at graphs and how this is something you need to pay attention to. It's like education. Ding, 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 ding. The visual display and how it is presented of a graph is very much dependent on the target that's put behind it. And this is a very good example of a set that is just like that. Let me back up a little so I can grab my mouse. This is In-Ear Fidelity's basic target. It's just a general. I believe that he considers it neutral. I consider it to be slightly neutered in the low end, but let's go with the neutral. And by this, it looks kind of not bad. Now, we move to Super Reviews. And Super Reviews is somebody that I talk to a lot, virtually, about babies, interestingly enough. And he's a person that liked a set called the, it was a Moondrop. SSR, the SSP, I didn't like that at all. But again, this starts to get down to how these targets are created and why they're created. And I think a lot of it has to do with library and the way that they like to hear their library played back. And it would seem that Mrs. likes, or Mark likes just the smallest little push up in the sub bass, and then a very, very, very gradual, almost imperceptible glide to the ear gain, which is also quite subtle. In general, that is the target that he's laying out, and then he'll evaluate each thing on its own pluses and minuses. But in general, that's how he's doing it. And I would think that that's related to his library. Okay? So we look at that with the IEF, and it looks not bad. A little bit energetic in the upper mids of treble. We look at super. It's a little bit rolled in the bass. It's got some energy again in the upper mids of treble. He might not have a problem with it. Then we look at mine. Bam, oh my God. Now we got problems. My target is based on my library, which if we look around again, we got Pink Floyd, we got Jimi Hendrix, we got Tupac Shakur, we got Van Halen up there, we got Led Zeppelin, we got Bob Marley. Using my library, and I really want the rhythm section to sound like it does when I'm live, or I listen to a home system or a car audio system that's tuned and crossed over and time corrected the way that I like it. I need an elevated, almost a compensation bump to make it sound like the bassist is realistic to what I expect. Going by that, the Heart Sound Mirror definitely doesn't match my personal preferences for stuff like, it's nice to have background noise here. There's a military base in here. For stuff like Tupac Shakur, of course this isn't going to work very well because the low end is completely tamped down, particularly the sub bass slight roll. The sub bass itself being rolled at 20 hertz and down is not really a problem when that's just the end of a slow gradual decline in the bass section overall. It's definitely going to have an impact, and it does. Everything sounds, let's take Vivaldi, which I listen to. When you take something like this, you take the harmonics and you push it forward, because this is a amplitude scale, and it is kind of like if you were to take an EQ that was flat, drop the sliders in the sub bass, leave the mid bass and mids alone, maybe give a little extra energy for spice in the upper mids and treble. Listening to Vivaldi and violins, it sounds energetic, and I get almost that ringing sensation that I get when the treble is boosted over the ear gain. This gets close to doing that. It's an intense listen. It's not energetic enough for hip-hop or rock and roll, and it's a little bit too spicy for stuff like violins, Vivaldi, Piano Concerto No. 1, to be specific. So this is a set that's not good, it's not bad, it simply doesn't fit my library. That's it. That's what every review from everybody basically is. They've got their own libraries, they've got their own preferences, and they use that to evaluate the gear. So I was going to jump on this, and I might do a thumbnail that says less than 0, just something cute. It's not a bad set. It's got its target audience. I'm obviously not it, so I'm not going to jump all over it. I'm just going to remind everybody that pay attention to what the background target is when you are looking at it and saying, oh my God, that has no bass, or oh, that's a really bassy set. It's relative to the reviewer's target that you might knowingly or unknowingly have laid in the background. Did I cover everything? I think I did. Now, we are going for, let me close this down. Magic wheel, what's the deal? What's the deal? I just made that rhyme up myself. I'm pausing to admire myself. You know those people that you think, that dude laughs at his own jokes? That's this guy. I think I'm funny as hell. I swear to God. I read stuff all the time on Discord that just cracks me up. People say some stuff that just blows my mind. Moving right along. Again, Dunutalo's coming, but this is the S12 Pro by Let's Shore. The S12 Pro. Get some of that in your life. 3-2 spin. And the person is Rockadrillo 6841. You, Rockadrillo, contact me using the contact mail on the About section here. I do not reach out and chase people to give stuff away. I'll give it away. I'll pay for shipping, but I'm not chasing you guys down. So pay attention to videos. Go check them and see if you want or not. Not doing a big ask right there. So pay attention to people's targets when they post them. What's the background target? What's up with the zero? Congrats to Let's Sure. Congrats to Let's Sure. Congrats to Rocco Drillo, because you got the Let's Sure. No. Let me. Congrats to Let's Sure that you have the joy to now be owned by somebody named Rocco Drillo, 6841. Do you understand? Say thank you. Now, before we leave, I got a bunch of custom arts, like 5 of them, I think, and one of them is a tribrid. And it's a tribrid with a dynamic driver, balanced armature, and 2 planars in the treble. And it sounds really cool. It sounds different, which is cool because this is such a same face hobby, constant redoing of things because you can. I've done that. Lots of people do that. All companies do that. This is a unique one. The 5A5, I believe, is the name of it. So this will definitely be coming. I'm going to review all of these, but I'm going to pick 1 or 2 that I like. Oh, and by the way, these are all eventually going to come up. I'm going to pick one that I like best, and then the others are going to be in the wheel. Just like that. And say thank you. Sure. Say thank you to Rocco Drillo for giving your earphones a good home. And I'm out.